are listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You are listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
Well, all right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. me, you. It is Saturday, September 16th, 2023. Yeah. Saturday, 6 p.m. at that, 05-ish. Can't believe you guys made it here. Even the 9-to-5ers are starting to file in. What are we doing on the weekends? Well, it is Saturday, and Monday through Friday set the stage for tonight. Not really. No, it did. We're going to go over some things we didn't go over during the week, during the NASA news conference thing, and a lot of people think that was like a congressional hearing for some reason. I'm like, yo, calm down. They didn't swear on no Bibles or anything. You know what I mean? Hey. No, it was just a news conference. Relax. It's NASA. Never a straight answer. He did it. He said it. No. But Mexico pulled off the greatest thing I've ever. How in the world? This is the Jaime Maussan's got cajones the size of Mexico. to do that, knowingly showing the world known debunked alien bodies, stolen. Oh, and the video I'm going to show you, it'll really make you be like, hey, maybe Rich has got something there. Maybe they'll show us what the aliens do look like, but with fakes. See, I think they showed us aliens. I think they showed us replicas. Yeah. I think that's what they did. No, that's not what they did. I don't know. Replicas. I mean, what are we doing? Why haven't I taken a drink out of this yet? Oh, man. Welcome to the show. It's going to be a fun one. I got a feeling. I don't know. Maybe it will be. I don't know. You know, I went at 6 o'clock because I felt like I would only do an hour. I think I'm going to go longer. Started with the phlegm again. Phlegm not good. I think it has to do with vaping. I do. What's wrong with me? I think it has to do with vaping. I quit before, so I didn't buy any. I don't have any money anyway, but I didn't buy any. I'm just down to the last tank. You know, this is the last night I'll probably do it. And I want to see. Because now you'll see tomorrow if you're a member, it'll be in the members video. All right. Anyway, let's do a quick roll call. We're still doing roll calls after 4 years. You know, next month is GoofOn's 4-year anniversary. October 19th. It's going to be a good day. That's our Juneteenth. That's goon teeth. No, it's goof teeth. That's awful. Goof teeth? We can't say that. What do we call it? Truthology for ufology? Teeth? What is it? Teenth? Teat. Teats. Let's do a little quick roll call. Oh, I see a few things right here. First off, let's start with this. Jeanette Angel has been a member for 8 months. Amazing. But has subscribed for over a year. Mucho gusto, grazioso, Jeanette Angel, the angel of GoofOn. Showing dedication, loyalty, and generosity. Because she threw down a £5, 5 quid super sticker in the same breath as she does every night. Jeanette, thank you. Mucho gusto, generoso, you are. So, the angel of GoofOn. Holy crap. I almost spilled the coffee. I thought I was setting it down on the ledge here, and it was halfway on, you know? So when I released or moved my hand, it almost fell. Almost fell down, go boom. Welcome to the show, Jeanette. Hey, welcome to the show. All things good. Throwing down a £5, 5 quid super dono. For those who don't know what a dono is, it's a donation with no super sticker or comment. It's pure love. Yeah, you see? You thought there was nothing, but it's more than nothing. It's everything. It's love. Thank you, all things good. That was a nice little segue right into your name. Welcome to the show. Mucho gusto, generoso. You too can help support GoofOn the same way. We're supported by you. Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. You know what to do. You know where it's at. Goes back into the show. Hey, Scott Brown's here. Welcome to the show, man. Nice to see you here. I'll be as professional tonight as possible, which always goes out the window as soon as I say it. Tim Freestone, welcome to the show. Damn it! Sam O, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Helen, welcome to the show. It didn't click. There you go. The big band guy, Glenn Collins. Good evening, Richie. How's things, brother? And keep your coffee hot, bro, and take care. All right. All right, all right, all right. I will. I am. And with that being said, yada, yada, yada. It's still hot. Yeah, that coffee, usually I make it 10 minutes before the show. So when I'm at this point and I go to drink it, sometimes 20 minutes. That was really hot. My God. And I was blowing on it like there was no tomorrow before the show even started. Welcome to the show. Kevin Whip, welcome to the show. Moonlicht, welcome to the show, brother. Good to see you here. Donovan as well. How to do, bro? Brian Yates, what do you say there, Chief? Marcel Nunn, welcome to the show. Been here before. I remember seeing the name. As I do. Derek Faulkner. How you doing, Mr. Faulkner? I never had a teacher with the last name Faulkner. I always wish I did. But, you know, we got War Games and Dr. Faulkner. Eggneck Face, what do you say? How do you be, mate? Good to see you. Welcome to the show. And Raging Against Machine. Great. Guys, nice to see everybody. Did I say it? If I didn't, I'm going to say it again. Alfie Joe Bob, welcome to the show. Don't want to forget Alfie Joe Bob. Mystic, very happy to see you here. Thank you for hanging out. And let's get the show started. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. You know, whatever. A show to do. Hey, the Sausage King of Chicago. Abe Froman, everybody. And Mervyn Pervin. It's been a minute. Glad to see you hanging out. I know, you need a break every now and then. Everything gets old. Yeah, it does. I get sick of myself. I got to be here every night. I understand. Anybody who stays here longer than, I would have to say, 6 months, it amazes me. I'll tell you why. I know myself, and when I watch other channels, I usually fall in love with them, and I watch everything they've got within a week. And then, you know, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what's next. And one video a week, or 2 or 3, depending on the channel. So I understand people coming and going and, you know, oh, it's just Rich, he's going to complain, you know, oh, it's just the same old shtick, I've heard it before. Or I'm going to see what he's doing tonight, you know, I haven't been there in a while. And that's what I think happens. And I appreciate you hanging out just for 1 minute of your life. So that goes to everybody. Thank you very much. You have no idea. You have no, until you do something like this on a regular. And I've been doing this now I've been in ufology 20 years, going on April. So 19 and a half years. 17 years been doing this type of thing. You know, radio or, damn it, I freaking got an eyelash. I don't know how I got that out during a show. No, I must have missed it. Damn it. Something happened. But it's hard to stay fresh. You know, I understand it. That's why I just said I get sick of me. Imagine having to try to come up with something. I try not to repeat anything in a year. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's get on with the show. I was just saying, I understand things get old. You leave, you come back, and it's the same old thing. And you're like, why did I come back here? Well, hopefully there's something new going on. And as much as there's new stuff going on, we have to remember how we got here. Okay? And this is a must, everybody. I have to do this.
Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy. I'm not a ufologist. I never have been. I never will be. I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I do counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into the UFO community.
Have to do it. So, as predicted, not very hard to predict, the Jaime Maussan alien bodies are being deemed 100% fake. Everybody's still talking about it. Now there's videos that go over the details of how it was made, or they were made, the aliens. I'm going to pull that up. I believe I got to switch mice out. This mouse is gone. And I haven't even had this thing maybe a year. It's called one of the silent mouses, and it lights up, and it's pretty cool and everything. But when you click on it, it doesn't make a noise. Like, look, you don't even hear it, because I can hear when other people, and I got a quiet keyboard too, so you don't hear me typing in the background. Like if I go here, let's type something in, you barely hear it, right? But it's not like others where you hear, God, forget it. And then you hear their mouse clicking, and you're like, are you paying attention to me, or are you typing? See, now I can type and you won't hear it. Very hard to hear, especially if somebody else or a video's going. So that was my own thing. I don't want you to hear those clicks in the background and be like, oh, it's so annoying. Isn't it? When you're watching a show and then you're like, ah. Oh, I guess because I wear a headset most of the day. Took my headset off today. My ears were killing me. Hurting from wearing them. All right. Oh, I was pulling up the video on how they made it. Here we go. See, you didn't even hear me click that. Here is a brief clip breaking down already provided analysis on the Nazca mummies shown today at the Mexico hearing. Here we go. It's a 2-minute video. And I think this is just specifically focusing on the hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Of different apes. They may seem to have little similarity, but they always follow a single plan. And here we only see a total hodgepodge of stuff. The official mummy website says the hands are made up of 26 bones each. I counted them up, left to right, 31, 27, 24, and 26 bones. You can check yourselves. It's a miracle of bioengineering. A bionic Lego set that uses homeotic genes. The Atlanteans were capable of creating any biorobotic servants they wished, ignoring the laws of biomechanics. I have a simpler explanation. Someone who created these was little bothered by biomechanics or anatomy. Their goal was to imitate the outer shape. So they just grabbed whichever bones fitted in size and covered them with some substance to imitate flesh. Now let's study the X-rays of the small mummies. UFOlogists go as far as calling them humanoid reptiles. So what do we see? Same stuff. A hodgepodge of human and animal bones. Here's a mummy named Josephine. A real beauty. Instead of humeri, she sports femurs, or thigh bones. Her legs are even more baffling. One of the thigh bones is actually a femur, only facing the wrong way around, while the other one is a tibia.
So, while I stopped that there, because I think I needed to anyway. You know, it's cute. How did that get, if this is real, if this analysis we're watching is genuine, and I do think it is, how is it possible that Jaime Maussan's experts who looked at the mummies said that, oh yeah, they're the real deal? Jaime Maussan should be banned from ufology. It's that bad. If this is true, and we all know it's gotta be, because it's gotta be. No, because it's been debunked already. And Jaime's trying to double down on the main stage. I'm going to put these mummies because my expert that I pay, he say real. Hey, Rish. Jaime, I can't help you out. Hey, Rish. Sad. You even got Chicky all sad. All right, let's continue with this. Amazing that Jaime Maussan is allowed to be on stage. Should have, when he stole these things, because that's what happened. I don't care what anybody says. We all heard the real story when it came out. He was going to be in a lot of trouble, or his archaeological team, or whatever. The thing is, this isn't what we thought it was. See, and when I remember the story, I remember it being that one of the mummies was a hodgepodge of different bones and stuff, from around the valley. And the other three were bodies of semi-deformed, ill-proportioned human beings, perhaps. We're only focusing on, I guess we're focusing on the hands here, but yeah, I guess he's picking out some other stuff. All right, let's see where. We got another 40 seconds.
Yeah. And they are completely mismatched. With the hip bone, there's no joint there at all.
Yeah, right? The hip bone's connected to the shin bone, and the shin... Wait, that should be connected to the femur. Yeah. The hip bone's connected to the calf bone. No, it can't be the calf. How's that even possible? That's what it says here. It's so silly how they make these things. Like nobody's ever going to use an x-ray machine or dissect it. Nobody would ever dissect an alien. No, it's never happened before either. It's what we do. If this got to a legitimate government, if this was in our government's hands, it would have been rebuilt made to look better, and they take the real one and dissect it in 100,000 pieces, right?
The poor humanoid wouldn't have made a single step. Some of the bones are simply chopped off. Note this asymmetry here. The fingers are a total mess too. The first pseudophalanges are facing in different directions on her left and right hands, with the white part facing up or down. Well, they just forgot to turn them the right way. Stuff happens. And look at this alien head. French paleontologist Julien Benoit thinks that those who crafted the small humanoid mummies used skulls of some small mammals for their heads, such as a llama or alpaca.
Yeah, there's a couple other parts. That's right. It's they show how they take the head of an animal. I think it might be a lamb or something like a sheep, and they chop off a part of it, but then they turn it around, reverse it, and then put it as it is just as the skull. How do they think of these things? Because all they cared about was the outer exterior, and they wanted the bones that would fit as best as possible together. So some of them were manufactured, some of them fit just perfectly, all by themselves. Alpaca. Man. Alpaca are cute. I got a new mouse, by the way. It's just, it's in the drawer. Right. All right. So what, I got another video. Let's keep going here. More Jaime. Here are, these are other hoaxes by Jaime Maussan. Wait, here's what it says. Here are other lies by Jaime Maussan during his hearing at the Mexican Congress. Those orange lights are parachute flares, you'll see in a moment, during military exercises. The other UFOs are related to a known case. Lights from oil rigs. All right, let's watch this first video. Jaime Maussan should be banned from ufology immediately. That should have been the title of the show. You know what? I'm changing the title of the show. Not now, but then that means I got to change the thumbnail too, which I will. Why are you telling us this? On these days, several users from California saw and filmed weird lights in San Diego, Laguna Beach, and Tijuana. UFOs? From those locations, you can often see parachute flares during military exercises, as already exposed in similar cases. So here's what Jaime claimed were UFOs. And this is the same problem we had in Phoenix, Arizona during the Phoenix Lights event. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, that looks like a UFO to me. Oh, it's expanding in its size. How did that happen? It's just, they're coming out of warp drive. Oh, I see. Right into the atmosphere, huh? Wow. No effect on the ship. They just appear.
Six.
Okay, this is definitely not good.
Oh my God. Send out the freaking Air Force. You guys caught it. Well, how do they know, Rich? Why don't you be nice? At least people are trying.
Wait, this is not
true.
Good. We're getting attacked, honey.
No, we're not.
But that verbiage right there is dangerous.
Go turn on the news.
See, if I wasn't in ufology, I would say those are UFOs. And people are lying. They're lying to us.
7.
And I'll tell you why. Because I wouldn't do any research like everybody else. And I never did research till I got into ufology. It's cute. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. My bad. Hold on. Yeah, let's go here. My throat. Yeah, people will be here at 7 o'clock. I know. Everybody thinks it's at 7. The show. That's why I'm straddling 7 tonight.
I think they're flares.
Oh!
I think they're illumination flares. I think they're...
Well, that's gotta hurt.
I think when they go out...
There they go.
I think they're just...
Illumination flares. You got it right, Roscoe. Roscoe Pico. 5-minute flares. That's it. Ding 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 ding. So Jaime does what now? You know, the big event, the Jaime Maussan. Let me show you. This is why we do what we do. We show you the things that they shouldn't do. They hoax, they lie, they cheat, they steal our dreams away. Here we go. Here are other lies by Jaime Maussan during his hearing at the Mexican Congress. The orange lights of parachute flares during military exercise and examples right here. Go.
Es un fenómeno que se presenta regularmente 2 o 3 veces al año. La gente ya lo está esperando. No hay una explicación. No son drones, no son bengalas. No es nada conocido. Y normalmente, después de que concluyen esta presencia, llegan aviones de la seguridad de los Estados Unidos a dar vueltas.
And you want to know something funny, ladies and gents? You see how the flares are dropped? Some of them look like they're dropped. Let me start over. You saw the illuminated objects. It looked like they were making designs, right? But that's not true. When they drop these flares, they drop them in certain ways on purpose to see if they can hit their mark. From what I was told from pilots at Luke Air Force Base and other reasons he could not divulge. Like, I'm assuming from what other pilots have said that are retired and whatnot, that they drop them, even though they're illumination flares, they can be used as signals to troops far away, or close by. Stuff like that. I don't know. But that's why you see them looking very interesting, like a parallelogram or a square or even just a straight line. Like, there's meaning behind this. Yeah, there is. Human. All right. These are flares. Let's take a look at the patterns and similarities between what Jaime says there are UFOs.
Aquí tenemos un objeto tomado con un telescopio donde se puede ver su núcleo y la energía que produce en su derredor. El servicio, resulta trascendental reconocer estos fenómenos en México, convertir a nuestro país.
Es el ángulo del FIR, recto. Exactamente.
Arribita de nosotros está.
Así es.
A las 7, a la misma altura.
Hay unas nubes.
Okay, I'm going to wait for a special. Okay, that's what I was waiting for. So these have been around since 2004, the year I got into ufology. And this was one of the first things I had a problem with it, because sure, it looks like it's up in the sky. But when you look at oil tankers, and I didn't know I was going to need it, but and compare them to what we see here on the FLIR, forward-looking infrared cameras, that these were the first time they've ever used these cameras when they ran this sortie, this mission. And according to some, this is the travel route of drug smugglers, the cartel, and all sorts of reasons why these are UFOs. This here looks exactly like a burning oil well on the ocean. Looks identical. I don't have a comparison right now, but let's see if they show it. I doubt it. So when you see these, yes, Rich, I'm going to have to interrupt, but didn't they run this course again? Didn't like a news team go out there and run the exact same route as the airplanes we see here? That's a great question. And why'd you ask that? Because they didn't see the oil wells out there. There was nothing out there, which proved that these were UFOs and not oil wells. They just couldn't pick up and move 18 oil wells, within weeks. Or they were given the wrong route information. And we'll never know because there were no landmarks to prove that they ran the same route. There's so many problems with this. It sucks. But I, for one, believe they did not see UFOs that day. I think these are oil tankers, and they saw them for the first time through a FLIR camera. Sorry. And they're 100 miles away is the, I'm telling you. You just got to look at oil tankers at night with FLIR from 100 miles away. Go. I could be wrong. Donald Trump. Oil rigs, yeah.
A ver, ¿qué tenemos? Nada, señor. A ver, permítame, déjale busco. ¿Y nosotros?
Yeah, there's so many things happening. The parallaxing. Yes, Rich, it looks like they're moving. It looks like they're moving to me. See, the clouds are closer. So when the airplanes move, fly past the clouds, it looks like the objects are moving. It's a whole visual illusion. Yada, yada, yada. We got flares. I promise I wouldn't lie to you. Not flares, oil rigs. Gas toys. Arriba, Yahoo! 1, 2, 3. Your mama has no face.
Y van a una velocidad, pero 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 en la pantalla.
Síguelo, no lo cierres.
I find this interesting, though. You see, I when you do research, you're limited, right? There's only so much you could get in front of you. So when we try to debunk something and we have these limitations, we are pretty much guessing, and it's a best guess, Occam's razor type of situation we're put in. What's the most obvious? What does it look like? Compare it to what? Have we ever seen this before? And so on. So that's what you have to do with this video. The weird thing is, this pattern that we see here has been seen before. And I know what you're going to say. I said it too. Well, you have any 3 objects, of course it's going to be. Yes and no. There's something about, this is why I'm drawn into this field. I don't know everything, man, and I have to make these best guesses, and it's very hard to, and I hear other people saying the same thing I'm feeling and saying, and then I see people, oh yeah, with an agenda. The people that are telling us it's real are Jaime Maussan and people behind him. So why would I ever trust anything that comes from Mexico again that has connections to Jaime Maussan? So when you take Jaime Maussan out of the picture, what you have is oil rigs or whatever they are. But that pattern, I've seen it so much. And I'm not just saying in the sky. It's just an interesting pattern for me. It resonates with me, and I don't know why. And I got that floater eyelash, something in my eye, man. Oh, wait, I think I got it. I did. Wow, I got it. Oh, yeah, I got it. Wow, that was little. But, man, annoying. All right, I'll finish this. 20 seconds left.
¿Están a la misma altura, Telles?
Afirmativo.
Poquito, arriba.
8, 9, 10, 11, contando toda la cola. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
Ok, no sabemos qué estamos viendo, son unos...
See that? Did you see this? This one just lit up. Did it not? I've never seen that before in all these years. Hold on. Look at that. All right, hold on. Well, it could be because maybe they're moving into position. Like the airplane is moving more this way, so it's coming out from behind it. You know what I mean? The parallaxing. That's exactly what could be happening here. And I see it, and it looks like it's lighting up. Watch. See it? There it is. It just showed up. You know what? It is parallaxing. It is. When you do this long enough, you understand speed of the background, cloud movement. You get used to seeing all that. And you could estimate that if there was an object behind these other objects, like if there was another oil tanker behind this one, and the airplane's flying this way, so of course it's going to come out this side. And at the speed of the clouds and everything around me, it looks like it comes out about the speed it should, as if you were passing by it. I'm in love with myself just for seeing that right there. That is not lighting up. That is parallaxing. It's an object that is moving out from behind a hidden glowing other object, which is an oil tanker. Watch it again. They even see it, right? That's what's going on. Watch.
Afirmativo. Poquito, arriba.
8, 9, 10, 11, contando toda la cola. 2, 4, 6, 8,
Aha!
11.
And the other one started having one come out from behind it over here. Okay. Hey, either that or they're UFOs, guys. Here's the deal. Since that day, in I believe it was April, maybe February, March of 2004, how come it hasn't happened again? You know why. Because they're oil tankers. They're oil rigs. What are they going to do? Go back out there and show us now with better cameras that they were wrong the first time? Sad. Or they never came back to that area. Number two, we've never seen UFOs look like that again. Watch, I'll show you what I mean. We've never seen them look like this. Bulbous reflection underneath is what this should be. We've never seen that again. Never seen this shape again. That with this. We just don't see it. Unless you fly over oil rigs. Sorry. That's the story, and that's the old glory of Jaime Maussan bringing to the world oil rigs as legitimate UFOs, and people to this day still believe that's UFOs. Clearly it is not. The reason I say that, we've never seen him again. I just said, I'm not repeating it. Look at this. Let me pull this up. The alien mummy hoax and fraud promoted again by Jaime Maussan. Yeah. Oh, wow. Here. Oh, it's all in Spanish. Yeah, I didn't know. I just saw the title. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with that. We know. We know. Mexico UFO hearing. This one's Michelangelo throws out there. Spanish-speaking Reddit user points out that the meeting yesterday was not an official congressional meeting like the one U.S. had with Grusch. Also, the swearing in was just symbolic and not official, meaning the panelists can say whatever they want without any damnation to hell or legal risk. This symbolic request was from Jaime Maussan. Oh my God. Of course. That's stupid, man. Oh, I'm not going to play it. Jaime Maussan wanted you and me to believe that that was a real congressional. Well, I thought it was. Wasn't it? I thought the government was involved. Then why were they calling it a congressional UFO hearing for Mexico? So what was it? Just a news announcement? What was it then? I don't care about the swearing in shit. You know, again, you've got to, I can't believe this UFO website is still up. The UFO Casebook has been around for at least 20 years. The guy who runs it is named BJ Booth. Nice guy. He used to take in my UFO stuff. Him and Brian Vike and a couple other people. And they would blow it up. And of course, it would help them with the thousands and thousands of views my articles, my sightings would get. You know, you become friendly with people. And I made the mistake of asking BJ Booth one day, why do you trust me? Why do you trust anybody? No one's asked to come look at my videos, you know. And he took it the wrong way. And he started becoming a dick to me. It was like, usually I'd send my sightings over to him. He'd post them immediately. He would wait a day or two. Now, you know, maybe he would forget. And I'd be like, fine. That's why I wound up coming up with my own website, seeingufos.com. Because I didn't like the way people were treating the public and not really knowing what the frig they were doing. BJ Booth accepted everything. Well, just remember that I know some people that is still around, and I'm surprised they're still around. And I don't know how they can get away with such silliness, but it is just freedom of speech. And we're all here to look for that one, right? Aren't we just here to look for one example of reality that aliens exist? Is this it? I'm not saying that. No, the reason I told you about BJ Booth and UFO Casebook is because I haven't talked about Casebook since we've been GoofOn. I can't remember even mentioning that place. So it's just interesting to me that we're here many years later. Click on pic to see full-size image. Oh, you know, it's always something. There we go again. Like, he couldn't make it any bigger, right? Why couldn't he just blow it? I know these are blown up. So what do we need to blow this up for? All right, this was from August 14th. Email sent to Casebook on August 14th, 2003. 2003. Photograph taken by grandfather, 8/14/03. Dear sir, the included picture was taken by my grandfather in the early 30s. I scanned the image immediately after he gave it to me last week. I wish to remain anonymous since I don't want anything to do with any research or whatever on this. I know it looks like an alien or a Bigfoot, and I know my grandfather was telling the truth about him taking the picture. That's why it should be in the right hands. You are the only one I'm sending this to, so please respect my privacy and don't contact me about this. Thanks in advance, yours. You know, that is so rude. It was taken by the sender's grandfather, who lived in Alaska. The entity was first seen when the grandfather was on his way to the lake. He chased the entity until he got close enough to take this one picture. It was some 4 months before the photograph was developed, being in a remote, sparsely populated area. The sender received the picture from his grandfather only last week. His grandfather died the day after giving him the photo and related his story. To say the least, I was intrigued by this mysterious message. What could this image be? I downloaded it, and after looking at it a few moments, I knew it could be controversial, to say the least. Little did I know that there would be more than one mystery to solve. As I began the task of selecting and cutting the area around the small creature, I thought to myself, wouldn't it be something if this were the real thing, even though it may never be proven as such? What if this gentleman's grandfather had really filmed the creature from another world, and I was looking at the proof? You need a question mark there. My excitement was only tempered by the thought of not being able to prove it one way or the other. I would soon be faced, however, with the second mystery. After doing a couple of trial runs, I was relatively pleased with the results, considering the fact that the scanned image was from a photograph approximately 70 years ago. As I looked through several of the cutouts I had made, I thought maybe I saw something else. The entity's right lower hand arm region seemed to be obscured, but by what? So I went back to the original scan and started working on that particular area. What I finally saw, or thought I saw, was a second, even smaller entity. Is it possible that we had a female with her child? I had done what I could, and the results were inconclusive. I thought of the many other alleged photos of aliens and how they were met with such skepticism. In other words, I have no definite answer as to what we're looking at here. It is one of 3 things: an outright hoax, someone in a suit, and all the time and effort was wasted. 2, a single unknown being, origin unknown, and we are without a way to go any further toward discovery. 3, number 2, with 2 beings. All is not lost, and just like the beauty in the eye of the beholder, so is the result of what we have here. One final question remains: which is more important anyway? The final solution of a mystery, or the mystery remaining alive and well? Like my grandfather should, Grandpa. I got all teary-eyed thinking of Grandfather Rex on his dying bed saying, "It's a real alien, Jeffrey. I took the photo and developed it 4 months later. No rush back then. I wasn't going anywhere, and who would believe me anyway?" Grandfather? Yeah? What are you doing? I'm tired. Why don't you come back tomorrow? We'll finish up where we left off. Next day goes by. I gotta tell you something. What is it, Grandpa? What is it? Come closer. Okay. Closer. A little closer. I'm gay. Grandfather, I was joking with you. Hey, did you look at that alien picture I gave you? Yes, Grandfather, I did, and it looks like it's the real deal. Oh, I'm starting to get a little blurry. I'm having a hard time seeing what happened here. I'm starting to fade away. Oh no. Come on. Not this again. You see, you shouldn't mess around with death. I'll tell you what Werner von Braun told me on his deathbed. Oh, no, Jesus. Yeah, Carol Rosen already told us, Grandpa. Oh, wait a second. There was a caveat to the end of that, an appendix. There was there? He said the aliens are going to attack, and they're going to use anal probes. Grandpa, they already do that. So it's true. Grandfather. What'd you do with that picture, Sonny? I gave it to the proper authorities. You what? I'm joking. Okay. You know, those are, total... Grandfather, you okay? Those pictures are total... Okay. Grandfather, are you okay? They're bullshit. They're perfect. That's the story how Grandfather gave that story to his grandson. That's how it went down. Werner von Braun was right there in his mind, remembering that before I go, the aliens will be attacking. There will be a false flag alien invasion. Speaking of which, is Peru under a literally alien attack? Well, I have a video here with English subtitles. You can read it as it goes along. I'm not going to read it. An interview with a professor living in the Peru village confirms, we try to shoot them, but it's not effective. The beings have silver silhouettes and hover 2 meters off the ground. A professor. Wait a minute. Think about it. Don't you see? Avi Loeb. Professor. You guys. Anybody. All right, hold on. Let me tell you this. This is a fact. What I'm going to tell you is a fact. Anybody who's a professor in the field of ufology, is full of she. They're total bullshittery. They don't belong. Oh, they've tried to fit in, but they shouldn't be here. Everyone has been a bullshit artist. Avi Loeb, total gullible, big time bullshit artist, makes things up as he goes along. Gary P. Nolan, what has he done? He's done this for ufology. Oh, but he created and invented a machine that can tell the damage on a brain. That's not why he invented it, though. Let's just remember that. His contribution was not for ufology. It was to save lives. But still. You see what I mean? Jacques Vallée. Wasn't he a professor? Hold on. I'm getting messages that are coming in. But I don't... who? Hold on. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So, with that being said, I'm going to show you this video from Peru. He's a professor. He's dean. Very credible. Go. No sound. Okay, good morning, everyone. I guess I will read it. I thought it was going to be noisy. Really very worrying about the situation that we have been living in the community of San Antonio, because it's almost been 3 weeks that there is a terror, certainly tremendous concern in the population, because we are suffering attacks by strange beings, and we do not know precisely who they are, only know that that they don't step on ground many times. I hear shots. We shoot them, but not effective. None of that. So, gentlemen, that the population as a whole asks for a lot of support. National Police and Army to go there. The residents do the surveillance, and at night, the San Antonio become a terror. It's a terror. Because we cannot stay calm knowing they're going to kill us. The police came out, but there was only a little period. They took notes and they were gone. Pinche jotos. The people are the villagers. They need the authorities to stay there for a long time. I can tell they have a silver silhouette. Right? Kind of nice. Soft. They don't touch the ground. They rise to 30 feet high. About 2 feet high. You know I'm an empath. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. That's a professor in Peru. That's a professor in Peru. Nothing like the professors we got here in America. Not like the professors we got. Huh? Yeah. Our professors are old, crotchety white guys with, their teeth are so fake and white, they look like lit up chiclets. But there you go. Straight from the professor's mouth. They are being attacked in Peru. Lots of police, but they stay 2 seconds, take note, go home. Yeah, well, what are they going to do? Did you have any success shooting at them? Or no, it was impossible to hit them. So what do you think they're going to do? You got a point. You got a point. David Grusch, we haven't played any of the new interview. This will be the first time we've touched on it. Here, he's expressing his thoughts on the plausibility and the possibility that UFOs are utilizing the holographic principle. It's now a principle. Before they were using holographic technology. Now it's principle. Got to make it sound important, scientific. Can't just say holographic technology. That layman terms. We need something a little more technologically sound, scientifically sound. You know what this is? It's a principle. It's a principle. All right, let's hear what he says. God, I love to hear myself talk, don't I? Isn't it beautiful? God, I'm annoying. Here we go. David Grusch telling us like a holographic principle. Douche. This guy's a douche. He is. He's a douchebag. David Douche. Yeah. All right. David Douche. How did I not think about that earlier?
Expounds upon when I mentioned the whole.
There you go. The holographic principle.
Holographic principle.
If you want to imagine a 3D object such as yourself casting a shadow onto a 2D surface, that's the holographic principle. So you can be projected, quasi-projected from higher dimensional space to lower dimensional. It's a scientific trope that you can actually cross.
Don't forget, kids. Can you get me up here? Don't forget, kids. He heard all about this. He's never seen any of this. He's never worked with it. He's not a scientist that way. He's just heard it all, like secondhand even. He overheard it. He wasn't even part of the conversation. Nobody invited little David into the conversation. Little David douche. He always had to be on the outside listening in. That's what we have here. We have a hearsay on the outside say whistleblower who sucks. How can you have somebody who blows and sucks at the same time? Is it his fault? You know what? That's a great question. Is it David Grusch's fault he's being attacked the way he is, the way they say he is? I haven't seen any evidence of him being attacked. But apparently people are just going nuts. Death threats and all sorts of trying to dox him, make him look stupid. Yeah, he does that on his own with the story of hearsay. Of course, it's partially his fault. All right, here, you want to know? When David Grusch was initially brought this proposal to be this whistleblower, because he's got these stories and all these claims, right? He was told what he could say, and then that was it. He went out, did that for the most part, but then remember, we got to stand by Grusch. I stand by Grusch, because what happened that we had to do that? People were, they were calling him out because of his autism. Because his good friend and backstabber, Rose Cuckold, told everybody. Such a nice guy. God. Told everybody. That's why he makes the faces that he does. Understood. And knowing this, the government still put him out there as a puppet. Their fault in the beginning, Grusch's fault for not stopping. He needs to stop talking. That's what you want. That's what all you guys want. He should have stayed quiet for at least 6 months. He should have STFU'd till after the new year. Seriously, he should have done that. Because now it looks like he's trying too hard to make up for what he's being accused of. Being a fraud. It's a guilty conscience. He can't help it. So that's what we have here. We have a guy who now feels obligated to talk to everybody because people are bitching and complaining, when in all reality he should have just laid low. You come out like, gangbusters. There's always a lull after that. He didn't take the low road. He wanted what you see now. So now anything that happened, just like what happened with Anjali, just like what happened with all of these people, they don't know when good enough is enough.
Originally, the holographic principle was created to explain how information is encoded on an event horizon in a black hole.
But maybe that's what we're seeing higher dimensional stuff casting shadow into our space, just like how we cast a shadow on a two-dimensional surface, which is like the sidewalk, right? Well, if you were on Flatland, you would have no idea that this crazy 3D monster was, out there. But all you're seeing is the shadow, and it's called quasi-projection. And maybe some of the UAPs are not even, they're here, but they're not actually from out there.
Expounds upon when I mentioned the holographic principle.
If you want to imagine 3D objects such as yourself casting a shadow onto a 2D surface, that's the holographic principle. So you can be projected, quasi-projected.
I just ran it a few more seconds. So, holographic principle. Don't you love these guys? Make it sound more important than it is because it's a bullshit claim anyway. I want to play a sighting for you. I've been holding on to this all week. This, to me, I can't explain. And it hasn't been debunked that I know of. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Paula. You guys, an hour ago. Thank you so much for sending that. I didn't even know. I just saw it. Was like, I thought, well, I have a, anyway, I see it. Thank you so much for the $2 super dono. Pure love as always. And you've been here for a couple of years. Thank you so much for being a dedicated supporter of Goof On, Paula Faust. Thanks, Paula. And also AZ Man throwing it out there too. When did you throw that out there? 6:30, almost an hour, 45 minutes ago. That's a £2, £2 super dono. Thank you. But I'm very glad, though, that there wasn't anything pertaining to what I was saying in the super chat. So thank you for the super dono. AZ Man Paula Faust throwing it down like it's 1923. I don't know. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, let's do this. And you too can help support Goof On with the same way. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. I already did that, didn't I? I broke my rule. All right. So I know every one of you here has seen this video. I used to say that this was fireworks. This is but I don't know how. I don't know how. Nobody knows unless the whole thing is CGI, but it isn't. It isn't. I don't understand this one. It's the toughest one in the world. There are so many of those balls coming out. There's no way that big object never changed size. It expelled all of these balls out both sides of it. There's no sound. It's a 4-minute, 2 cameras. I remember when this came out, I said, I don't know how they're doing it, but this has got to be, since it's from Mexico, I believed it to be fireworks that aren't lighting up yet. I think they're doing a test. I mean, I don't know, right? Drones weren't out yet like they are, so it definitely doesn't look like a drone. And something about that thing is spinning or moving. You can definitely see flapping of wings even. I mean, it looks like a bird. This is the best. And I have no explanation. Nobody does. So let me throw this question out to everybody now that let me pull myself up here. Here I am, down here, bottom left. What if this is real? Look at this. You know what I mean? If this is real, then everything we see, oh boy, you guys are gonna, I am a loser. Tomorrow's a red letter day for Goof On. You'll see. Oh boy, look at this. Another person. Oh, that's the same guy. Oh, okay. I don't get it. I see you guys. Huh? Look up U.S. patent number, the optical wavelength. Oh, you're talking about holograms and stuff. Yeah, wood elf, right? That's what I thought. It was spinning. And these things come out of it. Right, Chopper, right. No, that's smart. Is the black thing giving birth? I don't know. It is weird though, right? So if this is real, I think these things that everybody sees, even the metallic objects, are from here. I think everything's internal, earth-ternal. You know panspermia? Well, Earth has its own spermia. It's Earth spermia. That's when the heavens open up and drop seeds. Right? Isn't that true? People will be... How many times have we ever... that's it. How many times have you heard stories of people all of a sudden just a shower of not locusts or bees or the common thing, but like strange amount of birds just showing up? How come you never see baby pigeons? You never see a baby pigeon. Because birds aren't real. No, they are. I don't know. That is a weird one. Richie, super chat? Hey! All right, Metalhead with the $2 super it's a super chat. It's a donut. Goofon rocks the globe.
You bet your ass, brother. That's $2. That's a mucho gusto generoso super chat for you.
I didn't expect to do that voice. See, when I try too hard, it doesn't work out. Thank you very much, Metalhead. Mucho gusto generoso, a continuing supporter of the show. Daily, nightly. Thanks, man. Mucho gusto generoso. Metalhead. All right, I have another sighting. This is MUFON case number 133608. This comes from Jason Wild. He has permission from the submitter to share this. What do you think this is? Could it be prosaic? I love these people. Giddy up. Fake. It's a bird. It's a plane. All right, so this one is interesting. Keep watching. Shh.
Bev. It's good. That is insane.
No, it's not.
You want to turn? Can you turn off the?
All right.
It's good.
So, that is insane. What we have here are 3 lights. Actually, there's 4. There's another one right there. It's hard to see, but it's there, I promise. And we have the traditional red light, the very traditional white light, and the non-traditional orange light that should be green. I thought it was green, but because he was out of focus, it didn't shine through. And then I was like, no, that doesn't happen. And no flashing light. So we don't have a flashing light, and we don't have a green light. And they're stationary. Not that we could tell because the guy's moving the camera, but it's unusual. Small dots. But why? My question was, because I messaged this person about the video, why is there only 26 seconds? Is it because they figured out what it was when they kept recording it? And at the 27th second started talking about it being a plane? Was it a reflection from inside the house? You know, on the window looking out. See, these are the things that I believe that's what it probably was. This, one of the best here, you guys didn't see this, but this happened and they kept it off camera. Did you remember hearing people like laughing at one point? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, my aliens always get wild. Thank you for that. Hey, diddle diddle, won't you get in the middle? Don't you swing it like you don't care? So I took a big chance at the high school dance, huh? All right. Who doesn't like James Fox? Put that hand down. I like James Fox. I don't love him anymore, but I like him. Now he's part of the problem, which for me couldn't be any more fun. He is one of the, I never knew this about him, one of the biggest pussies I've seen in ufology. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't care. He's never coming on this show. But he is. He's turned into a grifting, sucking machine. And his videos are suffering from it. That last movie wasn't great. What, the Vargine? Are you kidding me? An old story like that? You think you're going to bring up new material and convince us all that there was an alien running around and there's no evidence? Oh, yeah, we put the evidence in the movie. Didn't you see it? What evidence? That's the problem, jerky. That's the problem. It's so subjective that people are just forgetting about reality and going right into the bullshittery. No reality.
Robert Bigelow said to me, "They're walking among us."
Oh, well, anything Bob Bigelow says, why wouldn't you? But this guy's the... I'm sorry. Leader Shermer. I forgot. Leader Shermer. Leader Shermer, please talk to me, Leader Shermer.
I said, "What do you mean they're walking among us?" He said, they're walking among us. They live right here, kind of thing. So, again, I'm looking at him going, I need to see, and I'd like to see some proof of that.
Right.
But then he said, we've done studies. We've done extensive studies on the impacts that this story would have on the general population globally. And I said,
interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
What kind of studies?
Fascinating.
He goes, well, you take Iran, Contra, and you take all these other like super big scandals.
Iran.
And you multiply those, every one of them that's ever happened in the history of mankind, in modern history, and then you multiply that by 1 million. And that's the impact, according to our studies, that this reality would have on the general public. He said the economy would collapse, organized religion would collapse, and he just rattled off all that. Like, again, I'm not saying that I believe this, I'm just telling you what he said to me.
Whoops. Hold on. Spilled something right in between my legs. Stop it. Every guy in here thought the same thing. And every girl in here was like, oh, I hope he's okay. He didn't burn himself. I was trying to do the sound of a bong, and I was accumulating the spit to do so. And when I went, some of it came out and landed right in between me. Didn't get me. It got the chair. And I wiped it up. All right. Love James Fox. No more. Hey, something's going on here. Oh, okay. Got it. All right. We're going to keep you in the same vein of conversation. Do you know what that means? The riddle has been solved. Robert Bigelow finally gave an answer about the 60 Minutes answer that they are right under people's noses. Remember that? We just heard him say that they're walking amongst us. Just a little memory. Falling back into here. What? Just a little remembering. Oh, remember, you said memory. I know what
and in fact, I have another question of my own that I think is important to bring up now. Many people have come back to me about a statement that you made years ago when you were interviewed on 60 Minutes, in which I guess the phrase you used is the aliens are right under our noses, and it never got clarified. And lots of people want to know, what did you mean by that?
Well, if Laura Logan had followed up, which I assumed she was going to do, but she didn't, I would have easily explained that.
Did you hear that? The girl that was interviewing him didn't follow up with an answer, so he didn't offer it up. What a freaking weasel. God, I can't stand these people, man. So he automatically throws her under the bus. That's what Robert Bigelow just did to that interviewer. What a shithead. That, ever since I saw this video last week, it pissed me off. What a shithead. Listen.
Right under our noses, and it never got clarified. And lots of people want to know, what did you mean by that?
Well, if Laura Logan had followed up, which I assumed she was going to do, but she didn't,
what a
I would have easily explained that they're right under our noses in the sense that you can.
So they're right under our noses. And then they go to a next question. Instead of him saying, oh, yeah, they're right under our noses. And what I mean by that is, but he didn't. Why? Why wouldn't he offer the information? Because he is playing what is called answer only what's asked. I don't know the name of it, though. But you do that when you're on trial for something and you're on the stand. If they ask you, what was the weather like that day? Say it was sunny and raining at the same time. But don't say it was sunny and raining at the same time, which is why we went and robbed the place, because it was the perfect distraction. You know, you don't add to it. Robert Bigelow doesn't add to anything because he's a game player, script reader, narrator. This guy's got a lot of power. He knows a lot of people, if not everybody you need to know. And I would bet my bottom dollar he's as dirty as the day is long.
You can't have a phenomena for 75 years that has been doing the consistent, persistent exhibitions by the tens of thousands.
And he's the most selfish person on the planet. Stays at Skinwalker Ranch for 10 plus years, doesn't give anybody the information. Thanks.
Hundreds of thousands, probably, in terms of witnesses.
You know why? Because there isn't any information
that it has been doing, including in 52, flying over the White House itself, and
flew over the Capitol. Ding dong.
Just all interacting with the general public in all kinds of ways, without realizing it is right under your nose. And of course, if you're an astronomer, it doesn't count because you're not going to see anything through a telescope anyway. Well, 99.999 times out of 100, you might see some kind of suspicious comet or something like that. But all that aside, so that's what I was coming at, not like certain other researchers that actually literally and may have some reason to believe that they do walk among us or are among us. That's not where I was coming from. I was saying that you have to be pretty much blind, deaf, and dumb to not acknowledge that they've been here, they are here, and otherwise you live in a bubble that is so has such insulation that you don't expose to yourself to even friends that talk about it, and you have zero curiosity. So that's the answer that I meant to be given, not to saying that they actually walk among us.
First of all, he just lied. He just lied. In the beginning of this conversation, he said this interviewer asked Bigelow, you never expounded on when you said they're walking amongst us. And Bigelow's reply was because she didn't follow up with it. Now he's saying, oh, well, what I meant to say was. What a dummy. He thinks we're that stupid. Oh, what I meant to say was this. That's not what you said. You said you didn't expound on it because there was no follow-up question. You can't have both ways. What a dick. That's how and when he was talking about his friends, he has his eyebrow raised up and was still able, when he talked to my friends about it, his eyebrows cringed in like, micro expression that his friends don't like him talking about it, or he has issues when he talks to his friends. That's why he was having this crease that kept, every time he mentioned friends, that crease would just, I don't know how he did it. With one eyebrow raised, he was still able to, it's hard to do. So, how do you know when Bigelow's lying? When he's speaking, exactly. Very good, class. Very good. Oh, it's time. It's time to increase the rage level of Richie G right now. Let's just increase the rage. Ready?
Leader Shermer? Leader Shermer.
Leader Shermer. Leader Shermer, I work with Senator Harry Reid, and I want to know what you know about Grusch and the aliens. I asked Leader Shermer a question.
It's Shuma, you idiot! Shuma!
Oh, I'm sorry. I got the wrong name.
It's like, Stampy, you idiot! Hey, Ren, Stampy.
They almost sounded like,
hey, Ren. Oh, Ron.
Oh, there it is.
Stampy, you idiot.
All right, I'm not going to talk about this tonight because no reason to. All right, here we go. I was waiting for this. John Greenwald Jr. posted this today on X. What was that, yesterday? It was yesterday. People do realize how dangerous this kind of talk is, he says, right? I'm going to play you that. That's my terminology. I say that. That's dangerous talk. I say that. Now other people are saying it. Michelangelo posted, Stephen Greer says he is working with a team of people to help enforce and take over illegal top secret sites that have non-human craft and technology. He goes on to say he needs more whistleblowers to tell him where exactly this top secret human and non-human technology is located and where the alien bodies are before he can do this. Wait, there's more. He says he had a meeting with Representative Luna and told her that they need specific information and locations where to search for the top secret tech. And they will also need law enforcement or a SWAT team. Excuse me, Leader Lunar. Leader Lunar. Lena Lunar. Leader Lunar. Lena Lunar. We need a SWAT team, Leader Lunar. And we also need, wait a minute, a SWAT team. And we also need the exact location of where the alien bodies are. Because we're going to dig. And we're going to dig. And we're going to dig. And we're going to get the aliens. Guess who's going to show us where to go? Leader Lunar. Leader Lunar. All right, listen to this. This is 3 minutes you'll never get back, but I'm only going to play half.
So what I'm also working on with a group of people.
What a bullshitter. I mean, come on. Sorry. Hey, bro. The 80s called. Elton John wants his glasses back.
Would be the enforcement part of it. Now, what I'm about to say is a little spooky. In fact, it's terrifying.
Spooky language.
But I've been asked to assist with a team of people.
First of all, I'm sorry. I don't give a Greer's lying his ass off. Yes, 1,000,000% this is a lie, and I'm going to say it. I'm calling you out, Greer. What are you going to do about it? I don't believe you have a team. I don't believe you have anything to get anybody anywhere near where the alien bodies are. As a matter of fact, your statement is such horseshit, I might as well be saying it. Because it'll go nowhere. And he knows it. And his body language and everything else is so bad. It doesn't match up with what he's saying. I get the feeling Greer just lied to us just by going by his body language. I'll bank. I tell you what, I'd bet my life on it. Watch it again. Watch how he speaks. Seriously. Not joking.
With people would be the enforcement part of it. Now, what I'm about to say is a little spooky.
See, sits back, pierces the lips, kind of even bites on this side. He's sitting back. You know, he's doing this. You know, he's rocking because he's nervous.
In fact, it's terrifying.
So he's giving us a preemptive, trying to pump it up, gaslight it. This is terrifying. Spooky language. It's coming. I'm about to say something spooky. So get ready. That's what he's doing. He's telling us to get ready. I'm about to say something that's so outlandishly bullshit. You're going to believe it because I'm Stephen Greer. He believes he has that kind of respect in the field now.
But I've been asked to assist with a team of people who have the means, upon authorization, to basically take over all of these illegal black sites, corporate.
Shut the front door. There's no way, no how, never will. Look, if I said that, you would be like, what? That's how you should feel when Greer says this. What? You should be feeling that way, and you don't. Why? Because you want it to happen. Because there's that small chance he's not lying. Now, look, I know I may get a phone call in the near future about this show. And people who work closely with Greer will tell me, you're wrong. He does know people. Fine. So, nobody's going to get close. Nobody's going to tell Greer. And nobody's going to put their life on the line. It's just not happening. Watch the rest.
And military. But they can't do it without having actionable intelligence. So one of the things I'm putting out through your show and every other show I'm on is that we need more and more of these whistleblowers who know precisely where the materials are stored, where the man-made Raytheon, Northrop, Boeing, Lockheed devices are being built, where the ET bodies are located, where the underground base entrances are. So this is what we've been collecting for 30 years, but we need more and more detailed information.
So after 30 years, 30 plus, you're no closer to getting the answers to where the bodies are, where you can go digging, where you can go searching, where you can go break in, where you can manipulate, validate, and griftate your way to your next documentary. Anyway, 30 plus years and you're no closer. What makes you think there's going to be this big push? What do you mean? Greer's been doing this for 33 and I haven't heard about it? I know where the bodies are. Yes, get me Dr. Greer, please. Dr. Greer, had I known that you were doing this research for over 33 years, well, we reached out to you. Nobody ever told me you called. You want a whistle blow? I'll blow anything.
Because I'm handing that off to both people with the Pentagon, White House, and the Congress. And ultimately, that data.
Did you see the shoulder shrug? Wow. He knows oh, this is great. Watch the shoulder shrug. It's like Mount St. Helens exploded.
The Pentagon, White House, and the Congress. And ultimately, that data.
Holy crap. He just erupted into a pile of bullshit. He just popped the cork. He literally popped his cork.
And the Congress.
Watch.
And ultimately, that data is going to be needed in order for them to get any of this under control if there isn't voluntary compliance.
The uncomfortable rock, because he's given us half-truth. He knows what he needs to say to get what he needs, and he knows how to do it, but he's rocking because of his subconscious.
And as you point out, these people are...
And uh-oh. Finger in the ear time. We all know what that means, right? Chicky knows. Chicky gets excited when Greer puts his finger in his ear because he is about to say something that is such bullshit. This is guaranteed to be a lie. 1 million. We've seen this with Greer. How many times? Finger in the ear, Greer. Remember that. You'll never forget it. Watch. Well, let's see what he says.
So powerful, wealthy, and arrogant.
How can you put your finger in your ear when you got your earbud blocking your finger from going in your ear? It's a nervous tick. Let's hear why.
Compliance. And as you point out, these people are so powerful, wealthy, and arrogant.
So these people made him a little bit nervous. They're so powerful, arrogant, and what was the other one? Powerful,
wealthy, and arrogant.
Wealthy and arrogant. That made him nervous. But he's bullshitting. There are no people like that doing anything for him right now. He can say what he wants to anybody on this planet. I don't believe it. And anybody can tell me, oh, I had a conversation with Greer and believe me, it's real. Really? How did he prove it to you? Because he told you? No. Anything Greer says, it's all about the grift. Look, I like Greer for disclosure, the Disclosure Project only. Everything else is just to put food on the table. Because everything else he's ever claimed has never been like, you know what I mean? Like, where are the people that were so secluded 30 years ago? I want to see those people come out from the when in September of 2001. All those people 30 years ago were still being, in seclusion. They didn't want to come out. Well, let's see them now at 70, 80, freaking 5 years old. Bring those people out. These are the people from 33 years ago that told us specifically where the bodies were. And today we're getting that confirmation. And back then it is, he goes by Corporal Schmigarine, and Mr. Corporal Schmigarine has worked on these alien black budget programs within the government, mind you. Illegally, he did it for 25 plus years. And we talked about it. He was our secret go-to guy back in 2001. And here he is, and they wheel him out, right? Wheel him out and let him say his piece. I'm 85 years young now. What I said 2001 is true today. Alien bodies are Wright Patterson Air Force Base. You can't kill me. Shoo, shoo. Shoo. Oh,
I'm the devil. I'm Lucifer. Rah!
I am telling you the truth. That's the guy we need at this point. You want a whistleblower? Give me somebody who was quiet 30 years ago that is on their deathbed, cane, wheelchair, whatever. Get them out and say, this is the guy that gave us all the information the last time. He's about to croak. And now he's saying these are the people that we can look up to, and it matched. It's the perfect match. He wasn't lying. But we never get that confirmation, do we? A lot of ways you can prove things other than hearsay, word of mouth, listening from a distant closet, like some psychopath hiding out like Jay Leno in a NBC meeting. Huh? Nothing.
And one of the points I made very recently to Congresswoman Luna, who's heading up this effort in the House, along with Burchett and a couple others. When I had a meeting with her a couple weeks ago down in St. Petersburg, Florida, I said, look, you're not going to get this stuff by knocking on the front door and saying, pretty please, will you show me what you have, right? Because if anyone who saw these hearings, I was watching it at a distance. Because I already knew all the people who were going to be there and had spoken to two of the three of them in depth. And I said, when it came out that they had gone to Eglin Air Force Base wanting to get to this area dealing with UFOs there, but they didn't go to the right place. They didn't go with law enforcement. And I can assure you, if you're running an unsanctioned deep black project that is not under supervision of the Congress or the White House, and even many of the senior people in the Pentagon that I briefed, by the way, they call themselves the have-nots at the Pentagon that are denied access to this.
Wow.
I mean, even no matter how high-ranking they are, right? We'll get into this in a minute. This is how we can prove the illegal and unconstitutional nature of these programs here and in Canada and UK and Australia and elsewhere. So what I said was,
finger in the ear. So what he's about to say is bullshit. What I said was
you have to go in there with first detailed information on where to go.
So he's now saying what is probably a lie, a conversation that never happened. You need to go and here, and this is him telling them where they need to go. He never had that conversation probably with the people he thinks he had. I don't know. Anytime that finger goes in the ear, the next thing that comes out of his mouth or what he was been talking about is a lie. It's been proven. So Hey, no sticky on the right or the left. Anyway, there's Greer's contribution. You know he couldn't stay quiet all week. All right, now I'm getting sick of this. Have you seen these AI robots? First of all, if you've seen the premiere for the movie or whatever this is, you would know it's not a match. But people think that aliens are walking amongst us.
Are they real? Beelzebub. Beelzebub.
Look at that guy. I like how this guy's bald cap kind of has a bend in it. Like you can totally tell it's fake. But I don't think it's right here. I think it's coming up. You'll see it when he turns. It's going to be right around there. Right there. You can see it. Anyway. Had to keep that fro down, bro.
Oh, you shouldn't say racist things like that.
Tough shit. That ain't, and you know it. I don't want to play that today. Hey, guess who's back in action? Forgive me for not recognizing this. What time is it? Monday. We'll do it Monday. Never mind. All right, I'll tell you. Into Thin Air. Back in action. I'm so happy because I thought I saw him in the chat room the other night. Last night, night before. Because he was missing for at least a month. It's nice to see his channel up and running again. It's not easy what he does. He does a great job too. He's got a good thing going. All right, we're going to get out of here. Hold on a second. Oh, that's right. My new background pick. Let me show you guys. I will be using this. Now, Monday through Friday, guys, is the 420 celebrations. We don't do them on the weekends. I decided that today because I forgot to do it. So we're just going to do it Monday through Friday. And when I do it, this will be behind me. Yeah. Little alien. So, thanks to Moonlicht throwing that down. What a cool dude. You're funny. It's perfect. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Because you're amazing. Whoops. I'll just leave it up. Well, that's it. Thank you very much for hanging out tonight. Did I miss anything? Oh, Ben, the Yorkshire Goophonian, threw down £2, £2 2 quid super dono. It's pure love. Absolutely pure love, man. Bro. Strong. Ugh. Thanks, Ben. Mucho gusto generoso. And you are a continuing supporter for a while. At least a year and a half, 2 years that I know of. Thanks, man. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend, too. And David Wilcox, not Wilcock in the UK. David Wilcox, not Wilcock, UK. That's funny. $10 Canadian coin. See all from the Scotland Monday night. So are you saying see y'all from Scotland Monday night? But thank you, man. That's very generous. Of course, as always, a continuing supporter, one of the best supporters ever, monetarily speaking. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. And Ben, the Yorkshire Goophonian, is now a member for 12 months. But he says it's been over 2 years that he's been here at Goophon. Man, that's amazing. That's what I was saying early in the show. Anybody who stays here for more than 6 months straight, I love you for it. I really, really do. Because I know that I am not as loyal, even though, like Third Phase of Moon. Like I watched all their videos, but when they come out, I'm not aware of them as they come out, maybe the next day, but I'm still a huge fan and I'll watch the video, but I'm not there right as it comes out at 4 a.m. my time, like I used to be. Well, I'm sleeping now, but you know what I mean? Even all that can't maintain itself. So I understand if you have to leave for a month or 3 or 6 and then come back. I'm all about just enjoy the time that you have here, man. And I'm trying to do better myself. Thank you very much, Ben. Really, I appreciate everything. And other stuff, too, that we never talk about live on air. Intergalactic Angler for 9 months. Plus, I know you've been around a little bit longer than that. Man, thank you very much. Alien bless everyone, he says. Right back at you. And I appreciate all your support as well. Absolutely. Intergalactic Angler. You know what song I'm using that from? Intergalactic. What is that song by the Beastie Boys? That's what I'm trying to do. Intergalactic. I don't know what they say. Thank you very much, Intergalactic Angler. And thank you, everybody. We'll be back on Monday. No show tomorrow, but the members, there'll be a video for you. Hope you enjoy it. A little more, a little different than just sitting behind the computer, this one. And yeah, football all day tomorrow. And we'll be back Monday. So thanks again. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And remember, nobody does it better. Truth on. For you. All right. All right. Well, be great. What am I about? I want to change it up. I would be great. Be kind. What could I say? Have a great weekend. And don't sweat the small stuff. Alien bless you.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
ship. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying object.